So Mario Kart World came out last year. I have not played the game myself since I didn't get the Switch 2, but I have heard a lot of stuff about the game. Some good, others bad, others make me wonder what Nintendo is doing. But I'm not doing a review or a course ranking on a game I've never played. If you want to see me do a Mario Kart World ranking, then check out my tier list ranking on the costumes in Mario Kart World. Instead, I'm going to be doing something completely different. I actually came up with this idea when I was watching some Mario Kart World Courses ranking videos. I'm going to be coming up with an original course idea with a theme that Nintendo keeps dropping the ball on. I will be describing the setting and the course layout for this hypothetical course, accompanied with visuals to go along with it. Please note the gameplay footage is not my own. Also, since World is the most recent Mario Kart game that came out, I'm going to have it fit with the game's mechanics for grinding and wall riding. I did not think about how to get to it for the intermissions, but most of the people who've played the game don't like the intermissions, so I think I did pass on that. Now with all that out of the way, let's get started. Now, what theme is the course going to be? The answer is space. Well, more specifically, Super Mario Galaxy. Let me explain. You know the Comet Observatory and how Nintendo has no clue on how to use it in their courses? I mean, they had it in the background of Rosalina's Ice World in 7, and then brought it back for Starview Peak in World, but barely did anything with it. You're only inside the Comet Observatory for a few seconds in a race, unless you're playing free roam. Now, I have 2 nickels for every time they fail to properly incorporate the Comet Observatory into a track. Not only that, but both of those times, they had the Comet Observatory be in the background for ice-themed tracks. What part of Rosalina and the Comet Observatory makes Nintendo associate these two with ice? Well, the vacuum of space is very cold, but I don't think it's enough of a reason to have that be the case. Maybe they could make a Rosalina circuit that takes place during the night and is constantly snowing? But that's not what I'm going to be talking about. So for this course, the Comet Observatory is going to actually be a part of the course. As if we will be racing on it and it'll be longer than 10 seconds. The whole course isn't going to be the Comet Observatory, but we will be racing on it. The reason? It's because I want this course to serve as a love letter to Galaxy. So this course needs to live up to that. So we need to go big for this. And what better way to do that is to have us travel to another galaxy from the game. That's right. We start off on the Comet Observatory, take a launch star to one of the galaxies, race around it, and then head back to the Comet Observatory. Now to explain the layout of the race course. To help explain how the course layout will be, I prepared a little map for this. Yes, I designed a map for this made-up fan course. I regret nothing. The starting line will be at the central area of the Comet Observatory. We then race through the area where the terrace is, and then we go to the fountain area in the Fountain Dome. Inside, we take a launch star that allows the racers to glide to the next place. That place is the Gusty Garden Galaxy. I know that Gusty Garden is accessed through the bedroom dome, but let's just not focus on that right now. We glide to the Gusty Garden Galaxy and land on the Puzzle Cube planet. We go through the Puzzle Cube planet like a maze, dodging star bunnies and piranha plants and Monty moles. Because the planet is a hedge maze, the racers can ride on the hedges and race on top of them. There will be a few vines that they can grind on to get to the top of the hedges as well. We then hop across the floating symbols, Mushroom Gorge style, and reach the iconic question mark planet and race along it. Once we're at the end of the question mark, we bounce on one more symbol and land on Major Burrow's planet. We race around and up the tree where the launch star is, allowing us to glide back to the Comet Observatory. We spiral down the tower of the observatory, riding on a rainbow path similar to Rainbow Road. At the end of it, we enter the library, similar to the one inside Starview Peak. The racers can race on top of the bookshelves and on the sides of the shelves or grind on the railings. We exit the library and make our way to the finish line back at the central area. There we go, a brand new map that serves as a tribute to Super Mario Galaxy. So here are a few names I was able to think of at the top of my head. Galaxy Circuit, Observatory Speedway, Galaxy Speedway, Garden Sanctuary, and Starlight Sanctuary. These are the best names I can think of at the top of my head. Also, I would have this course be in the Star Cup. Not just because of the theme, but because it would also serve as a fairly good challenge. So what do you guys think of this course? Does this sound like an improvement, a downgrade, or is it average? Feel free to tell me in the comments. This was fun to make, thinking of an original course and planning out how it would go. I'm not someone who is skilled at modding, so this is the best I could do. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later.